.com.
And welcome to Raising the Standards. Jacoby with you, with Brando.
We're here,
buddy.
Doing well.
You and I taking over today.
Yes, we are.
That's right.
Straight from the Beach House Hotel.
We're going to talk about my trip last weekend to Half Moon Bay, which was marvelous.
Yes.
We'll talk a little bit about the beach house where you work.
Yep.
And we're going to also talk, as we did last week, about Sam's Chowder House, and we're going to talk to the executive chef, Louis Rossman, and marvelous restaurant. We will chat with him later today. We'll play a little music from Sasha Dobson, who is coming up, is going to be in town, I think, next Thursday at Kawamba. But as I say, it's good to be here. I promised you I'd ask you a sports trivia question.
I remember that.
All right. I don't know if you know this. This is pretty good, though. There are two teams in major sports, the four majors, that have just three letters in their name.
Oh, two teams with just two letters.
Three letters.
Three letters in their name.
I'll let you think about that for a while.
Well, does color count?
No, just their name. Three letters.
I would say the White Sox and the Red Sox.
No, but that'd be White Sox is their name.
Oh, yeah.
But that was a good guess. You're only five letters off.
All right.
But you think about it for a while.
Okay.
What else have we got? How's your Halloween? Did you partay?
I worked.
Oh, you were? Did you work up at the beach house?
I'm always there, yes.
You're always there.
Yeah.
Now, is that a happening place on Halloween?
No, it was dead. It was great.
Yeah.
Got my work done. I was in and out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad.
So, how long have you been there?
Since March of 24.
Now, the beach house, for folks that don't know, we'll talk a little bit about it. It's this marvelous venue. We spoke with Robert Green, who turned out, and I told you this story. He said, Jacoby, did you used to be in Palo Alto? And I said, were you at the Hyatt? And it turns out we knew each other 30 years ago. So, good guy. But a great facility, terrific rooms, and overlooking the ocean, which is tough to overlook.
Yes.
Right there, but it's also on. And my wife and I went around. What do you call? Is that a harbor there, or when it's separated?
I would call it a harbor or an inlet.
An inlet, maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very, very calm and very, very safe. You're not going to get hit with a bunch of waves.
Even though Mavericks is going on this weekend.
And Mavericks is just to the right.
Correct.
Around the corner. So there are some big waves there.
There are.
And the tournament is competitions this weekend?
No. That won't be. It normally doesn't happen until February. But the thing is about Mavericks is that you don't know until the day of.
Right.
All the surfers are given 24 hours notice to make it to Half Moon Bay, and that's what they have to do.
And that's obviously based on you just need that long to know if the waves are coming. Have you ever gone to it?
No, I'm too afraid to.
Yeah. Well, not surfed.
No. There was an incident. This was about
Oh, they're gonna love this.
This was about 10 years ago. Yeah, this is definitely what the promotion department needs.
This is great. Next, we'll talk about Altamont.
So there was a rogue wave that happened about 10 years ago, and somebody got washed away.
I mean, it came quite a ways inland.
Yeah, I just washed them off, and they didn't make it. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to stand right on the beach. There's a cliff there.
They were on the cliff, and that was
it was that big.
It was that big, rogue wave.
There's so many great documentaries about the
chasing the 100-foot wave. Yeah,
the ones that are. Is it off Portugal or off Spain?
That makes sense to me, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen those movies.
Really scary. I mean, big waves.
Yeah,
big waves.
One of my coworkers' brothers surfs Mavericks. That's his thing. Or old coworkers. I took his job.
Yeah,
so.
once he washed away.
True.
And is it Norman? I don't surf. Is it Norman? The reason I don't go to the beach much is because I'm worried Greenpeace will come to find me and rescue me. But is it normally pretty big swells? Is it because it's right on the point there? Is that why?
It's because it's a little bit further out. In order to make those waves, you have to be towed out.
Yeah, okay.
So they are a little bit further offshore, so you really don't have to worry about a wave coming. But there are big signs when you drive through Half Moon Bay that say "Don't turn your back on the ocean."
Sure.
They even translate it into Spanish,
which is good advice.
Yeah, good advice. Don't turn your back on the ocean.
Well, the beach house is you can see Maverick from there.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can just catch. Excuse the pun. Catch the waves.
Yes.
By looking out the window. And great rooms.
Yes.
Very nice people. You being one of them, of course.
Thank you.
And it's a great place. I mean, it's wonderful, relaxing, and it's kind of. It was funny. And we'll talk about it when we talk to Lewis. But Sam's Chowder House, which is right next door to the beach house, is when they Julie and Paul Stedman or Shankman rather opened it. Apparently, the people that had it had the tables facing the highway, and the ocean side was like their equipment room. And I went,
"Oh,
wow,
that never works."
That's very clever.
Yeah,
but it's interesting to. It's not a bad drive either.
No. It's a beautiful drive.
Although, if I would be a little concerned of fog.
Fog. I hit fog last night, and it's not that fun.
No,
I feel on that drive, it's a lot easier to make it northbound than southbound. Because on northbound, you at least have this other lane of road protecting you from the cliffs.
Yeah.
But on the way southbound, there's nothing protecting you from the cliffs.
And particularly if you're driving someone like with the lovely and talented Mrs. Jacoby, you can. Oh, look at that! I don't know. I don't want to look at that because if I look at that, we'll be looking at it much closer as we're going over the edge.
Much closer.
Yeah. Anyway, so. Highly recommend it. The Beach House. What is their website?
www.beach-house.com.
Check it out, and it's good rates, reasonable rates, and for
very
views
fair
like that. And every room has an ocean view.
Right, and we're in our slow season, so rates are lower.
Yeah, that's good. And if you're a golfer, Half Moon Bay, 2 great courses up there. I know the original Half Moon Bay course was designed by Palmer. I don't know who did the second one. But it's right out there next to the Ritz-Carlton. And if you want to spend $1,000 a night or more,
yeah,
you can do that. Anyway, so what else are you doing? Anything else good?
Me? Let's see. I might be doing Santa Cruz Warriors games.
Okay. Oh, broadcasting them?
Yes.
Doing play-by-play?
I'm not entirely sure. This is through Brian at the station.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what his situation is.
Does he do play-by-play?
He's always in. So I've been trying to get this out of him of what it would be for a little while now. But he's always at sporting events. And I'm not quite sure what he does. He has that press pass.
But have you done play-by-play?
Never. No, I've always wanted to.
At home watching TV?
No.
So-and-so shifts the ball at the top of the key, that kind of stuff?
I guess I need to practice.
Particularly if anyone's a listener to the games, you might want to know.
He's bouncing the ball. He's bouncing the ball.
He's still bouncing it. That's funny. I've told this story before. When I first got into radio, I worked for a station called KPEN, which was on the peninsula. And my very first account was Round Table Pizza, and they sponsored World Team Tennis.
Okay.
Now, tennis on the radio does a... And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Deep, loop, lob. So it's... and I couldn't understand why people listened to it, but Round Table sponsored it.
Yeah.
Probably because people looked forward to the commercials. That may well have been it. So, well, good luck with that. I hope. You better practice.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know the players' names and stuff? Have you
I just went to their website
game on TV and just Curry.
Well, it's the Santa Cruz Warriors. So I
know that. I know you're not going to do the other one.
Yeah. That's the big time.
Yeah. We had at KPEN. we were broadcasting. We weren't the lead network, but we were doing the World Series one year because you could pick it up as a small station,
Right.
and we had this kind of goofy guy that was there and kind of just watching the equipment and would do the weather and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I said to him, well, we've got the World Series game tonight.
Right.
And, so just a heads up, when they cut to you, he goes, what? I said, when they cut to you, just say something like, wow, that was a great hit. Well, how will I know it's a great hit? I said, well, just say it. Just do something generic. Mm-hmm. And he was scared to death.
Yes. That sounds like something from Bull Durham.
Yeah. And I saw him the next day, and he goes, oh, luckily they didn't come to me. I said, that's good. My old folks, did you have so you weren't home?
No.
And was your dog home with your mom?
Yeah, my dog was home my mom's been out of town. She's been in Mexico having fun. Okay. And so it's just been
your dog was passing out candy?
With my dad. They had a grand old time.
So, coming up next Thursday, let's get that ready from Sasha Dobson.
It's already here.
Next Thursday at the Kiwamba, Sasha Dobson. She comes from kind of a royal family of jazz in the Bay Area with Smith Dobson, and I knew her mom, and I believe her stepsister is Laura Williamson, who runs KSBW, and is a friend of mine from Rancho Cielo, because we work with them. So she's coming up, and I really was unaware of Sasha, and I called her. I said, I'd love to get you on, and she's on her way out here. She's in the air right now, coming from New York. I assume so. You can't assume anything about an airline.
No,
right now.
not anymore.
That's true. And if you try to use your food stamps on the airplane, that's not even going to work. But she's on her way out.
I bet you can use them in a snap.
Well, if they show up, I said. But I said to her, "What do you want me to play?" And she sent me a link to a tune that she did with Nora Jones.
Okay.
It's an old Bobby Troup tune, and this is Girl Talk. Sasha Dobson.
We like to chat about the dresses we will wear tonight. We chew the fat about our chesters and the neighbors fight. Inconsequential things that men don't really care to know become essential things that women find so apropos. But that's a dame, we're all the same. It's just a game, we call it girl talk. Girl talk. We all meow about the ups and downs of all our friends. The who, the how, the why, we dish the dirt, it never ends. We're weaker sex, the speaker sex, you mortal males behold. But though we joke, we wouldn't trade you for a ton of gold. It's all been planned, so take my hand, please understand. The sweetest girl talk talks to you.
Nora Jones and Sasha Dobson and Girl Talk, one of those wonderfully politically incorrect tunes that was written in the 50s. As I was throwing down a piece of Halloween candy, you asked me, what did you ask me about?
Oh, if you had ever had Dubai chocolate, and it's chocolate filled with like a pistachio cream filling, it sounds really good, but they charge $25 a chocolate bar. And I have not brought myself to spend $25 on a chocolate bar.
Go to the Ritz-Carlton.
Go to the Ritz-Carlton. And I heard
Open
at
the mini bar.
Open the mini
and you're home.
Well, I guess they said at the Ritz, not to plug the Ritz, but my parents did meet at a Marriott.
Wait a second. Not to plug the Ritz. My parents met at a Marriott. Okay.
Not to plug the Ritz. But I guess at the Ritz, each employee has a gratuity account of $2,000 a shift, where they can spend $2,000 on anything they want for a guest to have.
Really?
Yeah.
You believe that?
I don't know. I read it on the internet somewhere, as much as I can believe what's on the internet.
I want to make friends with a Ritz-Carlton employee.
A bellboy, at least.
At least. Yeah. Enjoy your stay. Here's a BMW. Wow.
The first two payments are made.
I'll tell you a Halloween story I think I've told years before. One is, of course, it's we live on a ranch in Chowder. In 36 years, we've had one trick-or-treater. One
brave.
Yeah, he's still there. No, but that's true that we had one, and seriously, I said, because you have to walk like a tenth of a mile down the street, and I said, are you hungry? He goes, yeah. And he came in and we had a hamburger. I could just see his mom. What did you get? Well, the guy gave me a hamburger back there.
Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, Jacoby, I went through Chowder 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
There's always free HBO.
There's always free HBO on my place. God.
Yeah. Yes, Chowder is, for those who don't know where Chowder is, it's between Salinas and Gonzales. My other favorite Halloween story, years ago, I was playing golf with a Stanford Athletics for a client of mine. I was playing golf with their assistant director. Just when I first got married, and I said we should. Why don't we go back to the house and drink some Stoli? And he said, "What's Stoli?" And
it's vodka.
That's right. I said, "You come with me." So we go back to the house and we're playing backgammon and drinking a lot of Stoli.
Okay.
And I'd forgotten it was Halloween. My wife's working, and there's a knock on the door.
Okay.
So the kid goes trick or treat. Well, the first kid gets a can of beans. And I throw that in the bag. So back to drinking. Next kid gets a pair of slippers. Throw it in the bag. Go back to drinking. Now, the last kid, there weren't a lot of kids over, thank God. I was running out of stuff. And the last kid I gave a desk lamp to. So, fast forward, my wife comes home. She walks in the room and says, well, hi, Tom. Hi, honey. Why is it so dark in here? I said, well, and then there's a knock on the door, and the kid is there, and he goes, my dad says I can't keep this desk lamp. I should have given him a Dubai candy bar.
Yeah, if you could find one, yeah.
That's right. A quick reminder again, Sasha Dobson coming up next week, Thursday, to Koombah. So, I love all this controversy about the new New York mayor. I mean, people think, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
He's a terrorist. I said, well, he's not from the Mideast. He was born in Uganda.
Yeah.
His dad's Muslim and his mother's Hindu.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but I said, what? Give me a break.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. Well, he's a socialist.
Yeah, I know. My boss was complaining about him and how he's like, oh, he wants to make all the buses free. How can they afford that? I was like, if you understand government accounting.
That's true.
And I work in accounting with you. You should understand this.
Is there actually an argument for not making the buses free?
Well, he's like, well, it'll be too expensive. And I'm just like, the way buses operate is that they're designed to make money, but if they don't make money, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's how they're designed to operate.
Well, the next thing to do would be free health care.
Yeah, that would be nice.
What would that be? Would that work?
It's called being in the VA.
Anyway, you could maybe when the new government comes back. What are we in, a month now?
Yeah, it's a month now.
Unbelievable. And they're still getting paid. See, I've always said this would have been very easy if Congress people's children could get drafted. Vietnam wouldn't have happened.
Yep.
And if they don't get paid during the shutdown, trust me, they'll figure that out pretty quickly.
Something funny about Vietnam was that
there's a phrase
you never hear.
Here's a bright spot in Vietnam.
Well, that's what happens when you listen to Raising the Standards.
That's exactly right.
So it was done by birthday.
Oh yeah, it's the only lottery I ever won.
Yeah,
I had. I graduated in 1970. The lottery was still going on, and I had a student deferment that I let lapse like an idiot. And I said, "I'll just take my chances."
Yeah,
well, I was number 8, and I was willing to go, but because I was going to end up being a major's adjutant or something like that, or like a radar kind of guy.
Yeah,
but I just wouldn't have. I was only going to go to college because the time was right and I was going.
Yeah.
And to this day, and she's passed since, my aunt or somebody knew somebody at the draft board, and out of nowhere, they sent me an S2, a deferment.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
that's fortunate.
it was very fortunate, but I have felt quite guilty over the years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
At the like walking along the Wall, Washington. You go, wow, there, but for fortune. I see that we're getting a call. We'll take this on my phone.
All right.
From, if you'll bring that up, Lewis, how are you? Lewis, can you? We got him up on the board.
It logged me out. Now I'm logged back in.
Okay, can you hear me, buddy? Lewis, I give us a call back on that other number. Call us at 831-265-5050, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, wait a minute. Are you there?
We hear you.
Oh, we hear you now. So we're all right.
I'm here. Yeah, the other number was giving me a busy signal.
Okay, was it? Okay. Well, great. The aforementioned Louis Rossman from Sam's Chowder House in Half Moon Bay. We've been singing your praises for the last few minutes. You are the executive chef there, correct?
Yeah, well, my current title is actually Chief Operating Officer.
Oh.
So
That's a nice title.
Well, thank you. I kind of wear a lot of hats, and Paul and I met in, I guess, the spring of 2001, and I helped open a restaurant down here called Citrella in Half Moon Bay, and then we opened Sam's together as partners. I was the executive chef partner, and Paul's always been the visionary, and I'd say shortly after the pandemic, my role kind of still oversaw everything that was going on with the kitchen, but it really became, it encapsulated everything that was taking place at the restaurant as well. So, that's where we're at now.
First of all, say hello to Brandon, who's my co-host today.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, I see you from the parking lot.
Yeah, Brandon works at the beach house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up in the... What a day, huh? It's absolutely gorgeous.
He's
today.
not really a stalker. I see you from the parking lot. He's out there with binoculars.
He's got me looking out. He's got me looking out the window here.
By the way, when are you going to paint your house? Who are you? So, I love the fact that you have many titles, and if it's anything like me, it's in lieu of salary. But they're cool titles.
I'm well taken care of.
You're partners with Paul and Julie, who are just wonderful people.
Yes. Yeah. We, like I said, I met Paul in the spring of 2001, and we've been together ever since. We've opened 5 restaurants together. We did the food trucks together. Chase Center with the Warriors, Oracle Park with the 49ers. So it's really been a fun ride and a great partnership.
Well, I was talking to Julie about, and I want to get into the marvelous meal that we had. But my wife and I were talking to Julie, and she was telling me this story, and I think I've got this right, that when you guys took over the abandoned building, that the restaurant before you, they had the dining room pointing toward the highway, and then they had equipment in the back on the ocean. Is that true?
Yeah, it was. It was really hard to understand what the thought process was there.
Enjoy your
Because
highway view, folks.
yeah, I mean, and you've been here, and you guys are familiar with it. I mean, it's just such a spectacular view,
Well,
which is obviously a big selling point in
well,
itself. So,
yeah, it is. It is right on the ocean, and it
yeah,
is. You guys, and I'm in the marketing business, so I work with a lot of restaurants. And you guys go hucklebuck. You guys do a wonderful business, and I find it interesting. I was talking to your assistant GM Terry, who's a very very nice lady, who was telling me Wednesday you do a locals night.
we do. Yeah, and honestly, we do a happy hour Monday through Friday as well, which is not just for locals, but we've always been deeply entrenched in the community, and that's
What
that's
it's all
really
about. Yeah.
yeah, and that's really a Paul thing. I mean, ever since we opened the restaurant, and it doesn't matter how busy we get, we still are very very active in the community, and that's important to us.
Well, kudos to you folks from across the board. As I say, Terry,
Thank you.
couldn't have been nicer. But your staff, the front of the house staff is wonderful. The bartenders are great. So let me get to the meal we had. First of all, I have had New England clam chowder all over Monterey. My friend Bradley Jones in Carmel used to, in my mind, make the best. The tap room in at Pebble Beach, along with the artichoke soup, it's great. You shut him down, my friend. That is terrific. Clam chowder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, that kind of came with me from the East Coast. So Paul and I are both East Coast guys.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
Atlantic City, and I'm Philly.
Yeah.
And I spend a ton of time at the shore. And that's just the chowder that I kind of grew up with, both the red and the white.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, because you're right. I mean, here in Northern California, especially, you're going to get all different types of chowder depending on the thickness, and the whole goal is just to give you just a well balanced chowder so you can taste the clams and
Right.
the right thickness. So we really appreciate you saying
Well,
that.
I don't think the idea of the spoon standing up in chowder is necessarily good. I mean, it can get too thick, and people have a tendency to do that. Yours is absolutely perfect.
Thank you, appreciate
The
it.
other things, and my wife had the naked lobster roll, which I guess I'm reading in your website was voted one of the 5 best sandwiches in the country.
Yeah, so that was the Today Show, and that was shortly after we opened the restaurant. And honestly, unbeknownst to us, we just got a phone call from them. We really didn't know what to believe. I mean, we've just been open a couple of years, and we're out here in Northern California, and you think lobster rolls. I mean, immediately Maine is going to come to mind.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we definitely upset some people in Maine, but yeah, it was a real deal. And Phil Lempert, the food editor at the time for the Today Show, came out and visited us at the restaurant. I did an interview with him, and then that's when Lauer and Roker and all them were on the show, and they recreated a lobster roll with ingredients that I had sent them, our artisan roll and the lobster meat and everything, and they actually recreated it right there on the show one day. So it was
Your experience growing up on the East Coast, do you use West Coast lobster for this?
no.
So
we
you
use
flown
all
in.
East
Okay.
Coast. Yeah, it's a traditional. Yeah. No, what we tried to, the whole premise of the restaurant was we're a chowder house.
Right.
So we wanted to take the best of the East Coast, what we felt at least, and then integrate, being here in Half Moon Bay, things like, Dungeness crab and cipino, and then ahi poke, stretch out to Hawaii a little bit. Just kind of, we wanted to feature the best of all of those things, as well as the chowder and having the raw bar.
Now, did I ask an incredibly stupid question? Is there a West Coast lobster, or am I ordering it at Costco? I don't know.
There is
No,
a West Coast
there's-
lobster.
Yeah, there's spiny lobsters. Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah. So no claws on those guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I had the Petrelli Soul, which was terrific.
Thank you.
And Rachel, my other co-host, we talked about the swirl,
Oh yeah, the
because
self
she's
serve.
big on it with the salt and the olive oil.
Yeah.
Just scary, just off the board. But I will tell you the thing, and I love the meal, the service, wonderful and reasonably priced. I mean, it's a good value and it's
Right.
a great view, as they say, overlooking the ocean, which, as I said earlier, is tough to overlook. But
Yeah.
it's a marvelous, marvelous experience. That having been said, the next day I came back because I'm a big fish and chips guy. And
Yep.
and I'm gonna do what I did before, and I mean this: that my favorite fish and chips is at a place called Burdick's in Leo Burdick's in Dublin,
Okay.
and this was every bit as good, if not better, and saved me airfare to Ireland.
Nice, and that's great to hear as well. I mean, I really appreciate you. Just to jump back to the value. I mean, we really make a concerted effort to try to make everything approachable here. And we're not skimping. We're using as much as we can locally. Like that's local Petrali sold. And
Yeah.
the vegetables are coming from all the farms that we can work with locally. And I think that's special because that's always been the mentality. It's that fine dining mentality. And we're feeding a lot of people, as you mentioned, and we really don't believe in shortcuts, and it makes a difference. And I appreciate you saying that.
Well, it's there are restaurants that are known for certain things and not known for certain things. For instance, if you go to Ruth Chris, you probably wouldn't order seafood. But
That's an episode in The Wire.
is it? You're right. It is. But your place, and I didn't try it, but the server was telling me, you guys do a killer short rib.
We do. Same. It falls in line with everything else that I said. So that's the same short rib that I would have served at any of our other restaurants, that were, non-heavy, seafood heavy restaurants. So the same braise. And fortunately, the staff here, I mean, we have a big staff. I know you spoke to Julie, but we have over 150 employees. Wow. And the guys in the kitchen, we've got some people that have been with us since the beginning. We're starting our 20th year. Yeah. The guys in the kitchen, I can tell you, the leaders and the kitchen management have all been with us practically from the beginning. So they've worked with us at other restaurants, and, it's just an amazing thing to be able to have that consistency and to know exactly, what we're looking for from each dish. It's really just been great.
Yeah,
so.
he was telling me that the short ribs are fresh and you actually fish them out of the ocean, but that the beef, it's a heavier tackle that you have to use for that. Am I right on that, or maybe he was
no? They were telling you the truth. We dive for those. We free dive for the short rib.
I wondered why the guy said thank you, Mr. Rube. So you never know. Well, Sam's Chowder House, it really is wonderful, and you and I did not meet, and next time I'm up, I'd love to say hello. But if I would guess anything that you are accessible, and you when you're working, you're wandering your way through the dining room and accepting accolades and saying hi to folks.
Yeah, 100%, and we really appreciate you coming and visiting us, and I do look forward to meeting you as well in the future.
All right, my friend, Louis Rossman from Sam's Chowder House, Half Moon Bay, who, if you want to know what he's doing on his day off, Brandon is across the street from his house with a telescope.
Looking out for you, Brandon.
Well, of course. I'm just wondering if you still call sandwiches hoagies because you're from Philly.
So, yes, I'm hoagie and cheesesteak guy for sure.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yep,
perfect.
Absolutely.
And do you still call the Eagles prohibited favorites?
I'm about as diehard a Philadelphia sports fan as there are, and I like to be cautious, but I'm feeling good.
You're
about
feeling good about that
this year.
Yeah.
So I am. I am for sure.
Talking to a Chiefs fan 7 weeks ago. It's a little frustrating.
Right.
Anyway, good to talk to you, Louis. Take care of yourself.
Nice to speak with you. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Good guy. Foods, you've eaten there, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Have you had the fish and chips?
Yes. The Lagunitas beer batter?
Yeah. Killer. Anyway, let's do a little business, and I'll give the answer because I know you're not going to have this.
Well, all that came up in my head was Blue Jays, and I was like,
now you're 4 letters. No, you're still. That's 8. You're still 5.
Well, I was like, is it the Jets?
That's close. But
Yeah,
it's 3. No,
it's
you want
3.
me to tell you?
Yeah,
49ers. 3 letters. And the 76ers. The only letters are ERS.
no.
Thanks to my friend Scott who told me that. Actually, I got it right, incredibly.
I've got to ask my dad that one.
Yeah,
He wouldn't get that for a day or two.
Anyway, let's do a little business, and then we'll do some liner notes.
All right. Let's do this one.
Santa Cruz Electronics, where they get all the electronic information and equipment they need to fix electronic gear themselves and save money. Hello, Charlie Friedman here. Listen to the things your friends and neighbors are fixing themselves with the help of Santa Cruz Electronics.
Solar energy kits for school science project.
Musical Tesla coil. Video output for my home media center.
Building a new server for doctor's office.
Repairing a student radio station.
More RAM and a sound card.
DSL line.
Network printing, scanning, and faxing for dentists.
Wireless network for court reporter agency.
Diagnosing sound card problem.
Ham radio antenna.
If electricity flows through it, you can probably fix it yourself and save a lot of money with the help of the experts at Santa Cruz Electronics. Voted Best Electronics Store 2 years running, call Santa Cruz Electronics today at 831-479-5444. That's 479-5444. Or visit at 2808 SoCal Avenue in Santa Cruz. Fix it yourself and save money with the help of Santa Cruz Electronics.
And there we are.
There we are. So let's do liner notes.
Okay.
Today, a tune from one of the great quartets to ever grace the jazz scene. Recorded in 1961 and 62, the album was Ballads with John Coltrane, McCoy Tyner, Jimmy Garrison, and Elvin Jones. My late friend, jazz critic Gene Lees, stated that the quartet had never played the tunes before. And I quote, "They arrived with music store sheet music of the song. And just before the recording, they would discuss each tune, write copies of the changes they'd use, semi-rehearse for half an hour, and do it. Most of the tracks, including What's New, were recorded in one take, and it's a masterpiece. The instrumental, written in 1938 by Bob Haggart, was originally entitled the forgettable I'm Free. A year later, Johnny Burke added lyrics resulting in an American standard. What's new? How is the world treating you? You haven't changed a bit. Lovely as ever, I must admit. What's new? How did that romance come through? This is quintessential Coltrane. Mellow, haunting, and simply remarkable. Enjoy. What's new? The John Coltrane Quartet. John Coltrane, Eddie Garrison, Elvin Jones, and McCoy Tyner. Wonderful. Boy, is that terrific. We haven't seen each other since the World Series.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was a good series.
Yeah, even though I was still crying at the end of it.
Well,
but.
I did. Yeah, as Dan Jenkins, the author, once described them as the dog-ass Dodgers.
Yeah.
So I've always felt about them. I just always, and not because I'm a Giant fan.
No.
Because I'm a Yankee fan. Mm-hmm. It was nice that it wasn't a blowout.
Yes.
And that, Ohtani was not that great.
I just don't like their dancing.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's the dancing that they do.
That's the one thing the Yankees don't do. You just go.
There's class. Yeah, exactly.
And for those of you that watched it, I'm not sure his spike was on the plate, but there's no way Major League Baseball wanted the World Series to end on a replay.
No.
Yeah, but that was a little iffy. Although I love "Old Canada" is one of my favorite national anthems. I love when they do that. But I remember I saw a video of someone that was doing "Oh Canada" and forgot the words, and it was like,
"Yep,
oh Canada, where they fish and hunt a lot."
I went to a couple years ago. I went and saw the A's play Toronto in Oakland, and I went halfway thinking that they would actually bring somebody out to actually sing the national anthem. No, it was just instrumental. Yeah, too expensive to find somebody.
Song.
It is.
It's right. It builds up. I wish they'd play the French because I could hear. Deep Purple or whatever it is.
My favorite national anthem actually is the French national anthem. La Marseillaise. You know that? Wow.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's the great scene in Casablanca where they're in Rick's bar, Bogart. During the occupation, and the Germans or the Nazis are in, and they start singing Deutschland über alles, and then they stand up and start singing the national anthem, and it's marvelous.
I guess I need to rewatch Casablanca. I fell asleep first time I saw it.
I'll give you a little tidbit of trivia on Casablanca.
Okay,
is that there's a scene in the fog where there's a plane. And there's someone standing next to the plane like a workman. So it was actually a scaled down plane, and it was a dwarf that was next to it. It was just shot from a distance.
That's priceless. Anyway. How's your podcast lecture going?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing this thing with Rancho Cielo, which is a school in the foothills of Salinas, and we've talked about it over the years about jazz at the ranch and stuff, and it's a marvelous, marvelous facility. And I had an idea. I said we should do a podcast.
Okay.
And because they have an after-school program, and they have different options for young people. And so we started it, and we're doing a podcast, and I'm working with the students.
Great.
Actually, we're airing it here on Santa Cruz Voice at 7 a.m. on Saturdays.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When?
7 a.m. on Saturdays.
I'll be sure to tune that in.
I just got off work at that time. Maybe I can tune in.
Listen on your way home. But and obviously it's on all the streaming services, Podbeam and Apple Music and Spotify. But it's the first time I've taught things like branding for marketing and I've taught performance, but I've never had like a kind of a formal teaching deal. And I have to tell you that these young people are amazing.
Yeah.
But it was a real reality check. When I was talking about our friend Tony Lindsay, I said, we could get Tony Lindsay on. Of course, he was the lead singer for Santana. Who? I said Santana.
No,
I went okay.
Not even that smooth song with Rob Thomas that he did can even save him. Then no.
So I said, okay, I guess there's a generation gap.
Yeah,
or about.
Wasn't that a TV show? Generation Gap.
I think it was. Wasn't it a game show?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
You have the same kind of mind I have. You know a lot of little crap than nothing else. I love that you would actually walk into a studio to do, okay, it's game time. Okay, they're bouncing the ball now.
A guest actually came into the hotel the other day, and I found out he was a watchmaker. And so I just started chatting to him about different watch brands, and his girlfriend's there getting very annoyed that we are talking about watches. when they could be in their room relaxing.
Well, talking about play-by-play and stuff, there's John Miller, who the broadcaster. He's still with the Giants?
He's still with the Giants, but I think he only does like an inning or two.
And I love John Miller.
Yeah, he's a class act.
Very funny.
Yep.
And he tells the story when he was doing San Jose Earthquakes, that they were up in Washington somewhere, and it wasn't like a formal studio. It's like they just had the equipment in the bleachers, and there was no formalized enclosure.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that and he was having to do it over the phone. And he would do the play-by-play over the phone. And there was a new guy that was a color guy that he was, it was his first time there.
Yeah.
So Miller's doing play-by-play, and he goes, "What do you think, Bob?" And he hands the guy the phone. Now they're live on the air. The guy goes, "Hello." Hello? And he hangs it up. He goes, "There's nobody there." That was it. The game was off. Anyway,
Earthquakes games.
Earthquakes game. They almost made it this year.
I know they did. I was
I have
impressed.
Earthquake season tickets if you ever want to go.
Oh, really? Okay. They call me every week to buy season tickets, and
Really?
yeah,
Well,
they do.
You know that the team is real good when the first thing they tell you is, "We have the longest outside bar in North America." I went, shouldn't you be pitching the game and the team? "We have the longest outside bar." And I went, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Except there's probably like two bartenders.
Yeah, it's true. Did they let you sit in one of their suites yet? One that's at field level?
They're cool.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah.
Those are really nice.
Yeah, and it's like getting away from the guys with the horns and stuff like they used to. And the guys, remember the A's used to have that. They were constant with the horns, and they need more cowbells.
They need more. Last time I went to an Earthquakes game, I brought my brother, and I was visiting one of the guys from the studio at the press box for the Earthquakes, because he was like, "Oh, hey, Brandon, let me try and get you in with the Earthquakes." So I go up with him and chat, and then I go back to the luxury suite, and my brother's gone. Yeah. And I'm just like, where did my brother go? And then it's like 10, 15 minutes go by, and he still hadn't come back yet. And then I finally get in touch with him on the phone. I was like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm in the supporters section. I have my shirt off and I'm dancing."
See him missing a goal from the left side. Anyway, thanks to Louis Rossman from Sam's Chowder House. Thank you, Brandon. Good
Thank
show
you.
Today. Appreciate it. Thank you, folks. We got an A train.
We do.
Let's start to bring it in. As I say to folks, thank you for tuning in, and as always, go ahead. This show has been for Mark, for Georgianne, and for and next Saturday, Dr. John Clark will be in the studio with Rachel and myself. And Brandon, if you want to come over, ask him about that sitting there.
Thank you.
If you should take a train